What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another YouTube video. Today we're going to be installing some suspension parts for the Mamaluna. Watch the last video, you would know what I'm talking about. If you don't, go watch it, you'll know what I'm talking about. I ended up buying some parts for it. I'm pretty sure the suspension is almost like, it's probably like 90% done. The only thing I got left over is, probably get some brake pads, rotors, and calipers. I believe that's the last thing I need to do suspension wise. But besides that, we got almost everything new. I'll show you the parts that I bought. Because the truck shakes when I'm going above 50, 65 miles an hour. Sometimes even less. A little sketchy, so we don't want to be driving around like that, especially if we're going to be doing some runs, Right now the truck's a little dirty, we need to wash it, but let me show you what I got. See, we bought these control arms. I believe it's upper and lower control arms with the ball joints. So we're gonna try to install this bad boy on. Hopefully it fixes the issue. Obviously we need to get in line after we get it put on. But today they're closed, so we'll probably do it sometime during the week. Alright guys, so I just got this off. It was pretty easy, just an 18 millimeter on the bottom. You take it off and then you smack it with the hammer. This little stud, you smack it up and it'll come off. You can see this one's bad. I mean, it was leaking, so I had to put something on there. This was an 18 mil. We had a couple difficulties. The kit I ordered, for some reason, the bottom joints, they were the wrong ones. I'm gonna show you what I needed to get. I ended up returning some parts. We ended up using some. Should be ready to install everything back together. First, we need to get this fixed. Let me show y'all what I bought and what I messed up on, so y'all won't do the same mistake. We got all the stuff here, but as you can see, if I can get it out. I done returned the other one, so you really won't know. But as you can see, this one has the little four, if I'm not mistaken, the little 4 holes. We had it installed, semi-installed, because I had to move the truck out the way. But if you come around back, you can see it's not fully on just because we're not, I wasn't gonna drive. But you can see 1, 2, 3, 4 bolt or hose and studs. So what you got to do is drill out in the middle, and then keep drilling. I guess you got to kick it out of the place, and then it will come off. You're probably gonna need a little chisel, a little air chisel, to knock that little stud off on the top end, make it easier on yourself. But I'm sure you can find other methods. You could probably just get a chisel and a hammer, but obviously an air chisel would work wonders. So we ended up keeping this part, this one, and then this top piece up here. The only thing we swapped out was the inner tie rod, just because it was a different one. If I'm not mistaken, it was meant to be for what they call it, some kind of the gearbox. So mine doesn't have a gearbox, I assume, because they gave me the one that's not for the gearbox. And I have that one on there, but I believe we're also leaking over there. Hopefully it's just a line and it's nothing major. This side is practically done. All we need to do is install this piece right here, and then the other side we got to do the whole thing. We did not remove the spring nor the shock to get this little stud out. It was a bit tedious, but we still got it through. Just so you know, you don't have to take all that off. It'll make your job easier, but do you really want to take all that apart? But yeah, guys, we're gonna get started. But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications to get notified when I upload a new video. Hopefully y'all enjoy this content. Get to it, and hopefully soon this thing's gonna be a race truck. All right, guys, so we done took it off. I didn't realize how heavy this was. We're gonna try to go ahead and do this. My pops is bringing out the stuff that I need to remove these. I don't currently have them with me, so we're gonna start on the other side and start taking everything apart. All right, guys, so we got this off on madrazos because it was a little difficult, just a little bit. No, we can't handle. Now we're gonna try to take this one off, and then we'll take this one, and then this one. This one right here, I believe it's a 1/2 inch. Guys, I'm gonna try to show y'all how to install this. So first you put your little washer plate on the bottom, just like this. You slide it through your other bushing. Slide it through. Put the plate. And then add your tube. Your other plate. Just like this. Your other bushing. And then alright guys, now that I got it on there, you add your other bushing in there, push it in, and then your top piece, like so. I gotta raise the bottom, push it up, and then you put your little nut over it, which I forgot last time on the other one I did it like this. I guess you can put the nut going down. I don't think it really matters, but since I already have it like this and the other one's like this, we're just gonna put the nut up top. Let me know if there's any science between this, if this has to go on the bottom side, which I doubt it, but we're gonna try to get this on there and then move on to the next part. We already got this one installed. We tightened somewhat. We're gonna retighten everything once we're all done, but it's time to remove the upper control arm. And you're gonna need a 21 socket, which unfortunately I do not have for some odd reason. Or actually I do, but you still can't. It's gonna be kind of hard to get one in there, but 21. Alright guys, so it was a little painful to get out, but we got it out, like I said, without taking off the thing. Now all you gotta do is just try to wiggle this thing out. There we go. And we go install this bad boy. Alright guys, so we got this on after so many attempts. This was a pain, but we got it on there now. This one was okay. I really didn't have to break it, but I got a new part, so fuck it. Ripped it out because I couldn't get to the clamp. They put the clamp on where it was like very hard to get to try to take it off, so I just cut it off. And then there's a little thing right here. So now that it's off, there should be a section over here. Let me get down there so you can see. I take this little cover off, and then there's a little groove in here, but we're gonna try to take that off first and then show y'all. All right guys, as you can see, you cut this little thing off, and there's a little indentions right here on both top and bottom. Then I've seen people use a special tool, seen people use pipe wrenches, but you don't need any special kind of tool to make your life easier, I guess. So we're gonna make it work with our crescent wrench. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that, take it off, and then put the new one back on, and I'll show you how everything is. All right guys, this is the next morning. Doing a little update. As you can see, it fucked me up, bro. Like, I put something on there so you can't really see how deep the cut is, and I wasn't gonna go get no stitches. Fuck that, man. What the fuck? I ain't got time for all that, nor I got the money to be spending like that. If I'm remembering correct, I think what I was trying to do is prop off that one part I was showing y'all last time that you may need a pipe wrench, but you could do it with a crescent wrench. I believe that's what it's called. And what I was gonna use the end of the jack and use it as leverage, but I needed to raise up the truck. And so when I was trying to raise it up, the little thing that you put the tube in, it went forward, and I tried prying it off with another pole, and it wasn't really on there, so it had some tension in it. And then when I pulled it back, it went busting my eye out, as you can see. I think I got fucked up here too. Yeah, so that happened, but we got most of it off and most of it on. Now the only thing that we got pending is the bottom jaw joints. Bro, it was gushing blood all over the place. I ain't gonna lie, I thought I was gonna pass out, but we all good. For a second my left eye was kind of blurry, but it's all good though. So Alright guys, so today's another day. This is the following day. I was going to record outside, the truck was outside, but man, it's too damn cold. As you can see, I'm in a hoodie and I'm still cold. We finished it up yesterday. It was actually pretty easy having the correct tools, especially that air chisel. We had like different rods. The chisel itself, and then there's one like a punch. That one helped out taking out the pins. We also got the other tie rod fixed. We replaced the inner tie rod and outer tie rod. So basically, the whole suspension on this truck is basically done besides rotors, which they seem okay. The brakes are alright. And then the calipers. I know one of my calipers was leaking back then, but I don't think it's leaking anymore. I guess it was just the piston kind of just came loose, which I'm pretty sure that means it's bad. Like it wasn't it was leaking when you pressed it in to put it back on. As of right now, the brakes are holding off well, so I think we're okay. Definitely need to put the heater core on because it's too cold to be driving around, and especially if it's going to be cold, it's going to be foggy, I won't be able to see. But let me show y'all what all we have done and what are the plans coming up for this truck. The inner tie rods, the outer tie rods. We got the sway bar, I believe that's the sway bar rod, ball joints too. We got a new upper control arm and the ball joint. Let's see if you can see it right there. You can see right there we got the upper one as well. That whole control arm is new. New springs and shocks. We've done that in a couple videos ago. We also got the bottom one done. Alright guys, but before we end the video, our order came in for the fuel kit, whatever you want to call it, fuel pump. Probably going to install that sometime soon, hopefully this week or next week, because I want this thing running. But we're very, very, very close. Like I said, I'm still debating if we should put the turbo on this year or next year. But first, we got to get the 85 pump on there and get this baby running right. And then we can start messing with it a little bit. We got some more new things coming along. I've bought some other stuff for the truck, for sound system and stuff like that. We're just waiting on a couple things, but I think it's going to be killer, bro. And like I said, I think we're going to be wrapping this bad boy too. I just don't know when. I kind of want to do it within the next couple of weeks. But it is cold outside, and I do want the film to adhere pretty good. Which we have a climate control shop, so it shouldn't matter too much. But I still want to be on the safe side. Who knows? I may or may not do it. We'll see. Depends how it looks. But yeah, guys, I think this is going to be the end of the video. I appreciate y'all watching. I know I didn't record as much, but it's kind of hard. I may just buy another GoPro and just put it on my chest or my forehead and so y'all can see exactly what I'm doing instead of having to pick up the phone, record, etc. But I hope you're enjoying these kind of videos. If you haven't subscribe, like, comment, turn on post notifications to get notified when I upload a new video. On the next one, peace.